Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. £1,000. Sisters star Tammy Slaton is asking for prayers from her followers after a tragic family death. Tammy has finally gotten her life on a great path, but sadly, she has now suffered a devastating loss. Keep reading for more details. Tammy Slaton asks for prayers. It has been a rough and winding road for Tammy Slaton as fans watched her journey on £1,000. Sisters. She struggled to lose weight and get down low enough to obtain surgery. Eventually, after hesitation and reluctance, she came in under her goal weight and was able to undergo weight loss surgery. From there, she continued to succeed and is now slimmer than anyone could have ever imagined. She has had skin removal and is engaged to Andrea Dalton. Unfortunately, tragedy has just struck her family, and Tammy is begging for prayers from fans and followers. Her cousin, Katie Slaton, who has battled stage 4 cancer since earlier this year, has passed away. Tammy's sister, Amanda Halterman, had organized a GoFundMe for Katie, which they had to clarify was legitimate. All they wanted was for her to get better, but sadly she lost the fight. Tammy shared the devastating news on her social media. This makes sense as she and her family had been heavily promoting the page to help Katie in her battle. Around the same time that Tammy Slaton shared the news, her sister Amanda posted a photo of Katie. She also asked for continued prayers for her cousin during this time. It is a heartwarming snap, and it showcases the love and light in Katie's eyes. Of course, the £1,000. Sisters community rallied around Tammy and Amanda. They shared their kind words and sentiments during this awful time. Followers hated to see anyone in the family suffer and wanted to let them know that they were there. Some who saw Amanda's posting had yet to learn of the passing of Katie Slaton but still chimed in. So much love. Right now, the £1,000. Sisters family is dealing with the unimaginable, and they are doing the best that they can. They will likely share more snaps and memories of Katie Slaton as the days go by. Tammy Slaton seems visibly broken by what happened, and that is completely understandable. Fans jumped to their sides with words of encouragement, sending prayers, praying everything is okay. As of now, the GoFundMe still appears to be active with the goal of $14,000. They have raised slightly over $2,000, but this could be used for her homegoing. Some who donated were also cancer survivors, so they completely understood the need for money. Hopefully, Katie is now at peace, and we are sending so much love to all who knew and loved her. Did you remember hearing Tammy Slaton post about her cousin? Let us know in the comments below. The world of reality television has often blurred the line between entertainment and real life, especially when it comes to shows like £1,000 Sisters. For Tammy Slaton, one of the most recognizable faces on the hit TLC series, fame has brought not only attention to her personal struggles but also a spotlight on her most vulnerable moments. Recently, Tammy reached out to her loyal fan base with a heartfelt plea. She asked for prayers following the devastating loss of a family member. In this 4,000-word feature, we will explore Tammy's emotional journey through grief, how her family is coping, the impact this tragedy has had on her health and outlook, and how fans around the globe have rallied behind her. We'll also take a closer look at Tammy's past, her battles with loss before, the bond she shares with her siblings, and what this moment reveals about the complicated yet deeply human Slaton family dynamic. Tammy Slaton's heartbreaking announcement. Tammy's connection with her fans has always been raw and unfiltered. Unlike many reality stars who polish their public image, Tammy has leaned into honesty, sometimes painfully so. When she took to social media to share that her family had suffered a tragic loss, her message was simple but deeply emotional. She asked her followers for prayers. Those two words, asking for prayers, carried enormous weight. For Tammy, who has walked through health scares, relationship turmoil, and personal battles that have played out on screen, prayer has often been a lifeline. It is her way of seeking strength, not just from her faith, but from the millions of people who watch and support her. The news instantly struck a chord with fans who know Tammy as more than just a reality TV personality. They know her as a sister, a daughter, and a woman whose life has been defined by struggle and resilience. While Tammy did not initially share all the details about the loss, her request was enough to spark a wave of support across social media. The Slaton family's history of togetherness. To understand the weight of this loss, it's important to know how close-knit the Slaton family is. Raised in rural Kentucky, Tammy and her siblings grew up in modest circumstances. Their bond, especially as sisters, has been at the heart of 1,000-pound sisters. Tammy and Amy Halterman née Slaton have always leaned on each other through their shared battles with obesity and the challenges of fame. Their brother Chris Combs has become a fan favorite for his humor and heart, often serving as the steady anchor for his sisters. And while extended family members sometimes stay in the background, it's clear that the Slatons carry their roots with them everywhere. The death of a family member, therefore, isn't just a private grief, it is a shared sorrow that ripples through their entire circle. For a family that has endured so much together, the loss magnifies the fragility of life. Tammy's complicated relationship with loss. This is not the first time Tammy has faced a devastating loss. Viewers of 1,000-pound sisters have seen her grieve the deaths of loved ones before. One of the most heartbreaking moments came when Tammy lost her husband, Caleb Willingham, in 2023. Their marriage had been brief, filled with ups and downs, but his sudden passing left Tammy shaken to her core. In interviews following Caleb's death, Tammy admitted she struggled with depression and an overwhelming sense of loneliness. Yet she also found a spark of motivation in her grief, channeling her energy into her health and weight loss journey. Fans saw her slim down significantly after years of battling immobility, a sign that she was determined not to let pain consume her. The latest loss has reawakened some of those old wounds. For Tammy, each tragedy is a reminder of how fragile her world can be, and how much she leans on her faith and her fans during those dark times. A family in mourning. When tragedy strikes, families often respond in different ways. The Slatons, however, have always put their unity on display. Amy, who has had her own challenges as a single mother of two, immediately expressed her support for Tammy. Chris, as always, encouraged strength while acknowledging the depth of the grief. Though not every Slaton family member is comfortable in the spotlight, it's clear that they grieve together. Their story is one of endurance, a family that has faced ridicule, health struggles, and public scrutiny, yet still chooses to show up for one another. Behind the scenes, sources close to the family have said that they've been leaning heavily on one another during this period of mourning. Whether through family gatherings, phone calls, or quiet moments of prayer, the Slatons are finding ways to cope together. The power of prayer in Tammy's life. For Tammy, asking for prayers is not a casual request, it's a reflection of her faith. Raised in the Bible Belt, Tammy has always had an awareness of God and spirituality, even if her journey has been uneven at times. Fans recall moments on 1,000-pound sisters when Tammy spoke about feeling like her life was a second chance, especially after surviving near-death experiences related to her health. Prayer for her is both a coping mechanism and a way of feeling connected. It reminds her that she is not alone, even when the world feels unbearable. In moments of grief, prayer serves as her anchor, grounding her when emotions threaten to overwhelm. Fans' outpouring of support. When Tammy shared her plea for prayers, fans responded with an overwhelming wave of love and encouragement. Social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook were flooded with supportive messages. Some fans shared Bible verses. Others shared their own stories of loss, reminding Tammy that grief is universal and she is not alone. Hashtags like #PrayersForTammy began trending among 1,000 Sisters fan pages, showing the strength of the community that has grown around her. What makes this especially powerful is that Tammy's fans often feel like they know her personally. Through years of watching her struggle, cry, laugh, and celebrate milestones, they see her not just as a TV character but as a real woman. Her vulnerability has created a sense of intimacy, and in her time of need, they were eager to rally behind her. How grief impacts Tammy's health journey. One of the biggest concerns for fans is how this loss will affect Tammy's health. Grief has a way of shaking even the strongest routines, and for someone like Tammy, who is already battling physical and emotional challenges, the danger of relapse is very real. Food has historically been Tammy's coping mechanism, and moments of stress or sadness have often triggered emotional eating. However, in the past year, Tammy has shown remarkable discipline in maintaining her weight loss and focusing on her long-term health. The fear among fans is that grief could set her back. Yet there is also hope. Perhaps this time, Tammy will channel her grief into motivation, just as she did after Caleb's death. If she continues to lean on her family therapists and faith, this tragedy could serve as a reminder of why she must stay strong. Lessons on grief from the Slatons. What sets the Slatons apart from many other reality TV families is their willingness to show the raw, unpolished side of life. They don't hide their arguments, their mistakes, or their tears. This openness has given fans a front-row seat to their most difficult moments, and in turn, viewers have seen a reflection of their own struggles. The Slatons teach us that grief doesn't follow a timeline. It doesn't look the same for everyone. Sometimes it shows up in tears, sometimes in silence, and sometimes in laughter as memories are shared. Their story reminds us that healing is not linear, but it is possible. The future for Tammy. While the pain of loss will linger, Tammy's journey is far from over. She remains a central figure on 1,000 Sisters, and her life continues to inspire conversations about health, family, and resilience. Fans are hopeful that Tammy will continue to lean into her progress and not allow grief to derail her. In many ways, her life is a testament to survival, not just physically, but emotionally. There is also a sense that Tammy's openness about grief could help others. Many fans who have gone through similar losses find comfort in her honesty. By sharing her pain, she allows others to feel less isolated in their own struggles. A legacy of strength. At the heart of this story is not just grief, but strength. Tammy Slaton, for all her flaws and struggles, represents resilience. Time and time again, she has been knocked down by circumstances, whether health crises, toxic relationships, or personal loss, and yet she finds a way to rise again. The family death she now mourns is another chapter in her story. It will leave scars, but it will also deepen her appreciation for life and the loved ones she still has by her side. For fans watching around the world, Tammy's request for prayers is a reminder that reality TV stars are not immune to life's deepest pains. They laugh, cry, and mourn just like everyone else. And when they reach out for support, the world listens. Tammy Slaton's request for prayers after the death of a family member is more than just a headline. It's a deeply human moment that resonates with anyone who has faced loss. Her journey through grief is ongoing, and while the pain is undeniable, so too is her resilience. The Slaton family, bound by love and endurance, will weather this storm as they have so many others. And Tammy, with the prayers of her fans lifting her up, will continue to write a story of survival, faith, and strength. For those who follow her journey, the message is clear. Grief may break us for a season, but it does not define us. What defines us is the choice to keep going, to keep loving, and to keep holding on to hope, even in the darkest times.